If you guys bring water inside that ring, make sure you got a towel that you can wipe that water up and get it cleaned up. Back in the dress ring, when you guys get there, no food's allowed back there at all. Gatorade, water, protein bar, and fruit, and that's it. No food at all, and they will check your bags to make sure. And when you guys get there, just make sure you stay in the back room. When you get done fighting, they let us use their facility. Make sure you clean up your mess, get it thrown in the trash can when you get done with your fight before you leave. That way, just show the respect. So, cornerman, like I say, make sure that if you come up there with a towel or with water, make sure you got a towel to wipe that water up with. Make sure your fighter's got a cup and got a fitted mouthpiece. And make sure that mouthpiece is fitted, and that's cornerman. Insurance-wise, too, if someone gets hurt, she will have the insurance forms. So before you leave the facility, make sure that you get the insurance forms from her. All right? Everybody good on that? We'll just go through the boxing rules first, using unified rules. No standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule, cannot be saved by the bell in any round. That meaning that if you get knocked down, it's time for the bell to ring, you still got to get up and walk towards me. No three knockdown rule means if you're standing, you can't fight back in the corner, I can stop the fight. You can take a knee and get your 8 count, or a mandatory 8 count. So that's that. There's, on a case of a knockdown, you go to the furthest neutral corner. If you get knocked down, you're up by 10. If I say 9, 10 is a wave off. If you get up before 8, you got to walk, you got to count to 8. Then you walk towards me, I'll ask you a question, you can continue. Any intentional fouls, headbutts, low blows, elbows, or holding and hitting are intentional fouls. If it causes severe damage to the other fighter, it's 2-point deduction. If it's just an intentional foul, it's a 1-point deduction. With the elbows, that's coming in through the punch, finishing up with your elbow. Headbutts coming in front of your lead foot without throwing a punch. Low blows, I'll show you in the center ring where those will be so you'll know where to keep the low blows up. Okay? Like I say, make sure you got a fitted mouthpiece and you got a cup protector. And the boxers, make sure you got something on your shoelaces so they don't come undone. If you get knocked out of the ring onto the floor, you got 20 seconds to get back in the ring, unassistance from anyone at all. Okay? Any questions from the boxers? At all? Yes, sir. No, sir. 20 seconds total. You bet. You bet. My command for stop or for break is stop. So when I say stop, stop fighting, step back. Time is at the end of the round, or I've stopped it for a cut or something that's happened during the fight where I've got to stop the time. If you take a low blow, you get 5 minutes to recuperate, but you got to continue unless it's an intentional low blow. Okay? All right, any other questions with the boxers? All right, we got MMA, we got pro, and we got amateurs. Only difference between these is the amateurs, there's no forearm strikes, no elbow strikes, and no knees to the head. So all Miami guys understand that? No forearm strikes, no elbows, no knees to the head. Guys understand all amateurs? Pros, elbows, knees to the head. Just no north-south elbow, and on the knees to the head, if you got 3 points on the ground, you cannot knee him. That means if his butt's down, if you're playing that touch game where your hand's on the floor and you're raising it up and down, you're not a down opponent. You make sure your hand stays down. Okay? So that's the only difference between the amateurs and the pros. Rest of them are using UFC style rules, so everybody should know about the small joint manipulation. You got to have 3 fingers or more, no fingers in the eye. So if you're trying to create space, make sure your hand's flat. If you're out trying to reach out to punch, make sure your fist is closed so you don't poke someone in the eye. Okay? You know, no pulling the hair. Main things, we try to go through some of the main rules. And striking, you got closed fist and you got hammer fist, which both are closed. If you do an open fist, it cannot be to the face because we don't want to see fingers in the eye. That's a karate punch. It can be the side of the head or it can be to the body. On the striking, we go from here forward is legal, from here back 2 inches down the back of the head, nothing on the neck, 2 inches on both sides of the spine is illegal. So we used to say that you had to have that ear. Well, that's not always true. You can hit right here, and that's a legal punch, and I'm not hitting my ear. This right back here is an illegal punch. So we just say if you hit the ear, then we know it's safe that that's a legal punch. If you're turning your head into that punch, that's on you. Don't complain about it, okay? But if you see your opponent turning his head every time you're throwing that punch, don't keep hitting him in the back of the head either because that one's on you, all right? Low blows we have trouble with. guys up, and we're in guys MMA, we're in a boxing ring. We're not in a cage, so that's something else. You know, don't grab the cage. Well, we're in a ring, so don't grab the ropes. But if you think you're going to go through those ropes to the ground, grab that rope to keep yourself from falling through. Okay, safety of the fighter. So grab that rope if you think you're going to go through, to keep it safe. If you're underneath the ropes and you're on top of a guy and he's scooting towards outside the ropes, I'm going to take you back to the center of the room. If you're in position, if you don't have a good position, I'm going to stand you back up. So try to keep your guy to the center ring. And if I see you cheating yourself underneath those ropes, I'm just going to put you right back to the center. So if you want to keep the guy down, just try to keep him outside the ropes. And like I say, it's very dangerous with ropes, guys, with MMA. So if you're shooting a guy, just, you know, remember that you're in ropes and it's not a cage. Like I say, don't grab the ropes. What I was going to say with the cage is, you know, if a guy's low blows, if a guy's up against a rope and he's not moving and you shoot one in the crotch, I'm assuming that's what you meant to do, so you're wanting a point taken away. If he's squirming, that's different. So be careful. If you're too tired to throw those knees, don't throw them. Make sure you stay out of the guy's crotch. Make sure you keep your mouthpieces in, guys, too. If the mouthpiece comes, in boxing or in the MMA, if the mouthpiece comes out, we wait till low the action before we get it back in. So don't look at me and look at your mouthpiece. MMA, I'm going to try to stop it sooner. You've got fingers. You can grab your mouthpiece. You can put it back in your mouth. Boxing, I got to stop the action. I got to take it to the corner, let them wash it out, and let them put it in your mouth. So remember that on both of those, too. With the MMA, do not spike your opponent. So if you pick him up and you're in an offensive move, say he's got you in a triangle, you can slam him in his head. That's on him. If it's an offensive move, same thing with the arm bar. But if you pick him up and you dump him on his head, that one's on you. You can get disqualified for that. Okay? So do not dump your opponent on his head. That's basically about it. The major things is, like you say, just the back of the head is what we have a lot of trouble with. And the biggest thing with you guys, I don't know if you fight in a boxing ring with MMA, but that's a pretty serious deal. Can be pretty scary at times. So just make sure if you think you're going to go through that ropes that you grab it. If you get a guy down on the ground and you want to keep him on the ground and you're in guard or half guard, you got to be throwing punches or I'm going to stand you up. If you're inside or you're in mount or rear, then it's all on you. Do what you got to do. But if you want to get him down and you're in guard or half guard, you got to be advancing your position or you got to be busy on that ground and stay there. Same thing, if you pull a guy down, you got to be doing something if you want to keep him down on the ground. Okay? Any questions with the MMA? Vaseline, I was just fixing up. We have no grease guy here doing the grease. So, should we maybe purchase some tomorrow? I'll purchase some. I'll have Vaseline ringside that you guys can use, but your cornermen will have to put it on. And it'll all be done right there, and we'll inspect you as you go. You guys have fought, so you know what the routine with that deal is. So when you come up to the cage, guys, handshake your guys. You'll come up, we'll inspect you. We'll put your one guy will put the Vaseline on. No one touches you after that. Then you get into the ring. So we don't have a grease guy, but we will have Vaseline here for you to use. And it'll be, and like I say, it's always done cage side. Make sure there's nothing put on your body in the back at all. It's a mask of the face. Mask of the face. If you got a bad cauliflower ear, you know, I don't mind putting it right on the top side of it if it's real bad. I'll look at it as you do it. But yeah, we say the mask of the face is what we got. Any questions at all? It's not a bad question.
I like to ask, when you guys check into the dressing room, only bring water. We're only allowed water back there unless they provide the fruit and Gatorade or electrolytes back there.
Right.
So only water allowed when you guys come and check in.
When you go cage side and you want water for your fighter, it's got to be sealed. Do we have inspectors going with them to the ring? An inspector will be with you, and then you open that bottle cage side, or ring side, I'm sorry, ring side. Okay? You don't open it back in the dressing room. And when you guys get there, as professional athletes, you stay in the locker room, and that's just the way that is. And you guys fought professional, you know that. Yep. Any questions at all? Make sure you don't grab the other guy's pants. You know, this year I've had some broken arms going on, and there's some guy bragged about it and thought it was really cool, and then that night he got his arm broke. So, you know, if you can't tap, I can hear you, okay? So don't deliberately snap a guy's arm, because that's not cool. That's somebody got to go to work the next day and somebody's training partner. I understand that's part of the game, and when you're professional level, man, I've seen guys get out of some crazy stuff, and I do this every weekend. So I try to let you go as much as possible. Amateurs, you know, you're amateurs. So sometimes we stop fights a little sooner than what we would with the pros. So just protect yourself. And cornerman, don't send your fighter out if he's hurt. I don't know your fighter. I haven't refereed, I don't think, any of these guys here. So if your fighter's hurt and he's coming out, don't send him out there. Any questions at all? God bless all of you, and good luck to all of you. Thank you very much.
Tomorrow evening when you guys get to the casino, I don't know if you've been in there yet, but it's on the far south side is where the dressing rooms will be at. We actually will be doing payouts after the fights tomorrow night, and that will be in the conference room, which is in the middle where the cage area is of the casino. So when you go in the middle of the grill area, so there's the cage right there in the middle, and it's to your right side, the bar door, but there'll be a sign, and that's where we'll do payouts after the event tomorrow night. So make sure you go to the conference room in order to get paid tomorrow night. We're about to do the weigh-ins. And Bobby? Yeah.
And we're back again. My name is Will Nido with the Comanche Nation Media Division. Well, a couple of the last few times I've said we're here again, but this is kind of a nostalgic one for you. This might be we're here for the last time, right?
Yeah, this will be the last time here at Comanche Nation Casino fighting.
Right. And we want to talk about, you know, how much this means to you. Again, like I said, your last time here at our home casino, what it means for you that, you know, we've been talking to the fans and a lot of people are coming out. A lot of people are heading out to support you. How does that make you feel?
Most definitely. You know, number one, that's why I do it. That's why I fight, you know, is to, you know, represent my people, bring honor and, you know, and put on a show, performance, and, you know, go out there, win, not just win, but, you know, knock somebody out.
The boxer previous to this one backed out, so yeah, this isn't the first time somebody's backed out. You have to, you know, train to take on anybody. So what's going through your mind now?
You know, all the hard work's done. You know, I made weight, so tonight I'm resting, getting ready for the fight. But you know, this time's different. You know, I have an opponent, you know, not show up, so I'm not worrying about it right now. I'm gonna let the promoter worry about it. But, you know, when I'm about to go to sleep, you know, that thought's gonna cross my mind. I need someone to fight. So I train hard. It's been 2 months of you know, coordinate everything, my life around this fight, and, you know, and to not have a fighter not, you know, showing up to the airport, you know, that's, you know, we're in this game. It's a hurt business. It's tough, and, you know, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to get paid. But you, as a fighter, you got to go in there and fight. You know, win, lose, or draw. You know, if you didn't do your homework, if you didn't do your training, if you lose, you lose. That's nobody's fault but yourself. But as a fighter, you know, I'm gonna do my thing, and, you know, and that's go in there and win by all means. And sometimes if he's not there, then, you know, it's new to me. So I'm just praying for the best right now.
Ready for anybody though?
Yeah, I'm ready for anybody. I put in my work.
Good deal. And one last time, again, we want to talk about, you know, this being all of the Comanche people here. There's a lot of people coming in. You know, we want to always thank you for what you've done for the tribe with diabetes awareness. That's something that's close to you. You're still doing that also, right?
Yeah, you know, when I started fighting, it was bringing honor to my family and my tribe, you know, and then as years passed, it became, you know, all the people, all the Indian people. Then, you know, time went on, it became, you know, where I'm from, Southwest Oklahoma. So it's all about that, bringing honor and pride, and I carry that all on my shoulders and hold my head up high. And, you know, I'm going to keep on fighting. You know, if my boxing career is over, you know, I'm going to close the page, open a chapter into something new, and I'm going to fight something else, something better, something greater.
Right. And we wanted to pass on the news. There's several people that have been in the chat rooms that have been saying, "Go Comanche boy." Lulu's going across the screen. and a lot of people telling, saying we'll be there, we'll be at the fight. So one last time at the camera, let them know.
It's Comanche Boy. I'm here to get down. I'm here to win. I'm here to knock somebody out. The Lulus better be women doing the Lulus, no men doing that. But and them boys are coming. I'm gonna. Cha.
Thank you, guys.
Chad Leonhardt, Levi Queen, and George Tadenapper.
Bobby. I'm gonna write that down. in
Oh,
there.
you're gonna need you, Chad? Yeah. Chad Leonhardt. $185.2. Levi Queen. $185.6.
Come right in front of the scale. Come right in front of the scale, guys. Come right in front of the scale.
Let's put his pants on first. All right, good job. Good luck, guys. All right, George Tadenapper is going to weigh now. His opponent, we're still looking for, so you may weigh in later tonight, or you may weigh in tomorrow. Oh, it's not on. George Tadenapper, 167.4. All right, Milk Sanchez, David Lujan. Where'd the bout sheet go? Thank you. And on deck, Jesse Griggs and Dakota Atnip. All right, David Lujan. $167.2. Marcus Milk Sanchez. $167.4. If you guys want to take a picture.
Hello, my name is Will Knight. I'm with the Comanche Nation Media Division. We're here with Mike England. Mike England is the referee for tomorrow night's events. So, Mr. England, you do referee all three bouts, which are going to be what three?
MMA, amateur, professional, and boxing both. Yes, sir.
And you'll be refereeing all those?
Yes, sir.
So, how have you refereed the three different type before?
Oh, yes, sir. For many years. Many
Okay.
years refereeing.
And you're from Oklahoma?
I'm from Missouri.
Missouri.
Mhm.
Okay. And what is the big difference between, let's say, the amateur boxing rules and the regular professional boxing rules?
On the boxing, in the professional, they don't use headgear, and the rounds are usually longer. In the amateurs, it's just 3 3-minute rounds with headgear and the 16-ounce gloves. The pros, they'll use anywhere from 8 to 10, depending upon their weight. The rounds could go from 4 rounds to 12 rounds on a title fight. So,
Oh, okay. And is this your first time here in Lawton at the Comanche Casino?
no, this is the third show I've done for them.
Okay. Excited to be back?
Oh yes, yes, love it here.
And you know the crew, all of the Comanche crew,
They're one of the greatest crews around. Yes, very nice people.
Awesome.
They do a
Awesome.
great job.
Okay. And is there anything else you want to tell the Comanche people?
Just appreciate them letting me come down and be a part of this tomorrow night, and really look forward to it.
Okay, once again, we're here with referee England, and we want to welcome him to Comanche land, and he'll be here tomorrow night, so come out, see the action.
Thank you very much.
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
All right, Jesse Griggs. I think don't stay on long, does it? 169.6. Dakota Atnip. 170.6. Guys, take a picture. Next, we'll do Miguel Martinez and Terrence Hogans. Yes. Remember, all fighters before you leave here have to do your physical in the next room. All right, Terrence Hogans. 156. Miguel Martinez. Hold still. 157.2.
Hello, once again. This is Will Nido with the Comanche Media Division. We're here with Bobby Dobbs. Bobby is a promoter of the match tonight. The match is coming on tomorrow night. HD Productions.
HD Boxing, HD Promotions.
HD Boxing, HD Promotions. Bobby has done a lot of fights with George. Also, a lot of the casinos, horse track. And so tonight he's going to give us a little bit of information about the card that's going to be happening Friday night.
Well, we have 8 fights, and this is kind of a unique situation because we're doing half and half boxing and half MMA. So we have 2 main events, one boxing main event and one MMA main event. Starting from the bottom, we're starting with 4 MMA bouts. The first 2 are amateurs, featuring a fighter from Lawton named Adam Stumbling Bear, another fighter from Wichita Falls on the card named Jesse Griggs, and our two pro MMA fights also feature regional fighters. The main event is Chad Leonhardt, who's widely thought of as the best MMA fighter from the Lawton area. His opponent is a really popular and well-known fighter from Oklahoma City named Levi Queen. A lot of people are excited about this fight. A lot of people in MMA have been wanting to see these 2 guys fight because they've been kind of jawing each other for a while on the internet. So I expect that to be a really good fight. Moving on to the pro card, there are 2 fights to really watch. The co-feature is Marcus Milk Sanchez, who's 5-0 with 5 knockouts from Chickasha, fighting against David Lujan from Wichita Falls. It's kind of their meeting in the middle for fighting in Lawton, right. Two popular guys from their hometowns. That's another fight that I promise you don't want to miss. David Lujan is a puncher and a brawler, and so is Milk Sanchez. So that fight has the potential to be 30 seconds or 4 rounds. You just don't blink. That's what I would recommend. And then, of course,
Milk before open for George.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and Milk.
1 minute or 1 round.
Yeah, Milk is definitely a puncher. You guys can all ask him about how he got his nickname. I still can't get a straight answer. I don't know. And then there, of course, there's the Comanche boy, George Tadenapper, who has been somewhat of a boxing legend for this area for the past several years. I remember the night he turned pro at the old Comanche Nation Games bingo room many years ago, and never would have known that how dedicated and how far he would go in this sport. But he's really meant a lot to a lot of people in Lawton, a lot of people in this tribe, and a lot of people in Oklahoma boxing. This is his last fight in Lawton, and it's a farewell of sorts. But you know, we all want to come out and see him on to the next phase of his career and the next phase of his life.
Okay. Hey, and again, we appreciate all the things that you've done, bringing boxing back to Lawton. Again, you know, it was a long time that before you got involved that it was in Lawton, and we appreciate you. Anything that you want to say to the Comanche Nation as a group, you know?
Well, again, I want to thank you all for all the opportunities you've given George, myself, and all the boxing that's taken place here. This place has sort of become one of the boxing hotbeds over the last decade, and it's because of the people in this tribe that have supported us, and the people in the committee and the elders have all agreed to give us these opportunities. So we thank you all.
And this maybe George's last round here, but it's not your last round here.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. We want to keep doing this. We want it to keep going and find the next generation of fighters and watch them come up the same way George did. We need a new young Comanche fighter. So if there's anybody out there that wants to, come see me and I'll sign you up.
Hey, there you go. You've heard it right here from Mr. Dobbs with HD Boxing. And again, thanks a lot for setting it up.
Next up will be Steve Crowfield and Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson. Oh, sorry. Hold on. It's got to be zeroed out first. Yeah. It's got to reset. There you go. $177.4. You're good. Steve Crowfield. $175.2. Next up, the amateurs, Satish Gowda and Shadlin Fry. Yeah, you guys want to take a picture real quick? Please. Good luck, guys. All right, Satish Gowda. $145 even. Shadlin Fry. $144.8. Take a picture real quick. Stand in front of the scale. Move over to it this way a little bit. There you go. And finally, Adam Stumbling Bear and Anthony Franklin. Wait till it says 0. Go ahead. I'm not sure. What's his name? Is this Franklin? Who we got here? Adam Stumbling Bear. 186.6. Anthony Franklin. 183.0.
Yeah, I got Freeman's eye exam. It's from February, so.
He says he weighs 195.
Oh, shit. Okay, so is he gonna, they need to get together and negotiate.
This is amateur. What do you do on that? Some money
I'm just gonna remind everybody about 5 minutes. Okay, just want to remind everybody one more time, because I know people have trouble with this. Everybody except the main event is supposed to be there at 5:30 tomorrow night, right? The main event's at 6:30. All your corner people need to be there before the fight starts, okay? So they need to get checked in. We'd like to see them there at 5:32, but don't show up at 7:30 because they will not work a corner, okay? Reminder, everybody stay here. The people who made weight, drink and eat. There's food behind us back here. When you get your physical, they're free to go, right?
Yes.
After you've completed your physical, you're free to go, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Good luck to everybody.
All right, perfect.
Do we want to hand these out tonight or tomorrow to them?
Let's fix them, because what we'll do is we'll put the weight, let's put the weight on it,
Yes.
so everybody knows,
Okay.
and we'll put all the seconds, yeah, that's just how it is.
I'm 170 now with my clothes on. I take these off real easy. I'll be down to 168.